DigiVision Network.
From smartphones and social media to TV and tablet-based toys, today's kids are constantly inundated by technology. If you hand a smartphone or tablet to a toddler, chances are they'll figure out how to open it and make some in-app purchase in a matter of time. The technological boom means children are becoming more computer expert at a very young age. While it's important for children and tend to develop an aptitude for technology, after all, they will use computers their whole lives. But with all this constant immersion in technology, are there some very real concerns about technology and its impact on children?
So obviously, as a child psychologist, we know that in this digital age that we're in, you cannot stop the children from accessing technology. Before COVID, everybody was still trying their best, to limit it and to say, oh, you can't have this, you can't have access to that. But when COVID came, it actually now showed us that no, this is their world, and not only their world, everybody's world now. And we have to start to embrace it in a positive way. So am I concerned? I wouldn't say I'm so concerned, because what I would just think is how can we make this work better for the children? In the terms of concern, yes, if there's no limits, if there's no boundaries, trust me, it's becoming a crazy world out there. And the analogy I usually just give parents is that, in our own world, in our own days, we didn't have access to any technology. So it's whatever they tell you, you just believe it, because we were raised with walls. So I always say walls, there's protection. It's either you get your information from the church, from the school, from your home, but now there are no more walls. So when we think about it, that the digital age and the internet, there are no limitations. Now there's more work for us as parents or as caregivers to be more deliberate.
With so much technology in our lives, it isn't easy to figure out when and how to let kids start using it. Do you go early and give them the devices from a young age, or do you hold off and teach them about responsibility first? Which begs the question, at what age should a child get a smartphone?
The question is, why am I giving this child a phone? Right? There must be an answer to that. It's not because you just want to buy a phone. Okay, maybe your answer is, oh, I want my child to use it for assignments or homework and all that. The question is that the best way? Because as psychologists, we usually recommend, if it's for homework, whatever it is, have a laptop or a desktop, right? Something that you can put in a public place, that the children too are aware that anybody can pass. Yes, we know children can be sly. They can be watching something in front of you and you would not know. But in their subconscious, they're still more careful when it's a laptop, or, they know anybody can walk in or can see whatever they're doing. And I do not recommend, I wouldn't say this is the right time. But obviously, I would say the most realistic would be maybe when a child is going into secondary school. And that is relative as well, because your environment matters, right?
While not designed for children, social media has become very popular with young people. Before letting children fall in love with TikTok, fall into Facebook holes, or start their own Instagram accounts, parents need to weigh if social media is right for their children.
Want your child, because we always even encourage it. There's some children that, they're quite restless, but that they have interest and gifts. So rather than just give them phone just to be doing anyhow, going on, several websites that are not beneficial to them. If this boy, for example, likes soccer, so passionate about football, tell the child, take your phone, just be recording, all the scores that have happened, use it to, for a good cause, and not only good cause, it's just keeping them productively occupied. So rather than the child just watching somebody playing or one random person just talking, the child is using their own time to now start to think outside the box. And that's the beauty about technology. Without technology, I wouldn't be speaking to you like this. So yes, it has negatives, but we have to take responsibility As people, and most especially as parents, because these children, they know nothing except the tech. They know it's only the digital world they know. So it's our responsibility to say, okay, if I'm going to give you access to this, and obviously you would know that even all the social media platforms, they have recommended ages. So the Facebook or Instagram that has put that your child has to be at least 13. You now have 9-year-olds and you now say, take phone, download Instagram. Like, I mean, I don't want to say I get upset, with parents, because I'm like, are you responsible at all? So at least let them wait till that age. If in your own right frame of mind, you think, oh, I can hand over a phone and you can go on social media, website, look at the age, recommended age, then maybe if it's your decision, but ensure that your child is well educated.
Children will continue to grow surrounded by screens and technology, so it's always important to establish good habits early on to offset the negative effects of technology on children.
This is DigiVision Network.